Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Hi, how's it going? Russell Moore, dedicated to financial literacy, coming to you live again. Monday morning, 5-5. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And hope everybody will just have a great, great, great day today. It's the beginning of the week. Obviously, the big news is of the day. It's just plastered all over social media, the news, and especially if you're watching any business news, CNBC, everybody's talking about Palantir. Their earnings call is today. It's after the market closes, so at the close of the bell, and that's when they're going to have their earnings call. CEO Alex Karp and his team will be discussing the last quarter, the first quarter of and how Palantir did. Most people are expecting, I should say not most people, but I definitely are expecting them to beat all the estimates. And it's just how far did they go? How well did they do? And now what people are going to want to expect from Palantir is accelerated revenue growth. They're growing, but what they're going to want to see is accelerated growth. And we'll talk about this. I'll probably do another video at the end after the earnings call this evening. But when I get home from my day job. And so got to travel to LA today. So so I'll go over more of the numbers. We'll talk about all the numbers. What am I expecting? So what do I expect to happen today? I expect them to blow the numbers out of the water. I really believe that they had a great quarter. If there is some tariff issues, here's what I think about the tariffs. This is just and you guys, I always tell you this. I don't have a background in Wall Street. Didn't work for a hedge fund. Was never an analyst or anything like that. Just a guy that invested I've just always been involved in investing since my late 20s. And so to some degree, I've always invested. So what do I always say? If you don't read, you don't lead. And if you don't learn, you don't earn. So that's me. I've been interested in finance all my life. And it's one of those things that most people don't know that about me. Even my close friends in my church, they when they found out that I was all into stocks, they were like, "What?" And I think because people think you got to be a brain, you've got to be intellectually just way up here, and maybe have a PhD or something like that just to know anything about the stock market or economics. No, you just need to be willing to pick up a book. So, especially now that I'm older, I'm 60 now. Turned 60 December the 4th of 2024. And one of the things that I'm making a priority is my greatest commodity is time. Time. I got a son. I got an 8-year-old son. Just had his 8-year-old birthday. Yeah. I had a son late. Mainly to do because I've worked with youth most of my life, and so when you're working with youth, it's very difficult to work with youth when you're married and have children. It's not impossible, but I personally, just from working with youth, would suggest working with youth when you're not a family man is the greatest thing, because you're free to be more available to the youth. And that's with anything in concerning. I belong to a really beautiful church, Rejoice in Jesus Ministries, and I've always worked with the youth. But as I got older, I said, you know what, I want my own kid. Got married a wonderful woman, just an amazing woman. And so Yvette Ortega Moore, that's my wife. And we had a child about 7 years ago. Married, this is our 10th year. Our 10th year anniversary is June 14th of this year. So, so I got a great child, great kid, and he's on the spectrum for autism. But you know what? We love him. He is wonderful. He's amazing, and we love him very much. And we believe God's going to heal him. So, for any of those you that have a child that has autism. It's very prevalent nowadays. 1 of 3 children that is born now, 1 of 3, has some form of special needs. And autism is really at a growing rate, and they think a lot of it has to do with diet. So one of the things that we do as a family is we're really looking into our son's diet and making sure that, we are doing everything we can to make sure that, but he's a high functioning. Most people don't know my son is autistic until they are around us for a little bit, then they realize, yeah, he's, but he's an amazing kid and I love him. So anyway, but back to Palantir, and I'm going to say this. I think they're going to blow the numbers out of the water. I think they're going to meet all their estimates of revenue, EPS, earnings per share. That's what I mean for my newbies. Earnings per share, how much they earned, and instance of their shares, their share price. So EPS. I think they're going to do well. Revenue, operating margins, I think they're going to do well. So I'm expecting a bull run. I believe the stock is going to go up. I would be extremely surprised if Palantir stock, after the bell, or maybe even before the bell, before it closes, if it doesn't go up. Now, it started today at about 124, and then it dropped to about 120, 122. So, which is was near its previous high. And so I'm expecting that, after the bell, maybe tomorrow and by the end of the week, we may be looking at it being at about 130, 135, 135. And depending on their numbers, it could go even further. So for those that have been holding Palantir since $6, $8, $3 a share, I remember, man, when it was $6 and $5 a share, and and people were telling me, no, it's not going to last. This it's too volatile. And I knew then. I said they don't know anything about the company. And this is why I say all the time, your fundamental analyzing to me is vital if you're a long-term investor. If you're a day trader and swing trader, that's you're going to be looking at the charts. I get it. But if you're an investor and you're planning on investing for the long term, you want to make sure that you're studying that company out, researching it, and make sure that like if you're going to invest in this thing, why are you investing? I always say that. That's the number one question. Why are you investing in this company? What does it have that no one else has? Do they have a moat? Do they have the ability to bring forth profits 15 years from now? What's their guidance? Speaking of guidance, Palantir will be talking about their guidance today, and which is going to be very vital. What are they looking forward to? And one of the things is they've acquired more business and partners, and I'm really excited about hearing about that. I want to know what other business, especially on the commercial side. We know that they've been strong on the defense side. Most of their business in the past has been, government contracts, right? But their commercial side is growing, and that's what a lot of people are going to be looking at today. They're going to find out what are they gaining out in the public sector. So, and I think we're going to be in for a great surprise. And once that happens, their future is going to be bright. They've got a great CEO, they got a great team, and so I just think it's going to do well. Anyway, so I'm not telling you how to invest today, whether to jump in or not. But I'm going to tell you right now, if that company did well in the first quarter, and their guidance is good, if they did well in the first quarter, they've got a lot of oncoming. They're going to be bringing in other business, a lot of business, and they start talking about some of those partnerships today, and it looks very promising. And then their guidance, those three. And then revenue, of course, EPS, margins, all of that, cash flow, making sure they're out of debt. What is their do they have any more products coming out? New products. new services, new software that we are not aware of. Have they been in the back room? Have they been in the back room boiling up some stuff? So all of that's going to be vital and important concerning the call. But I'm excited about it, and we'll pray prayerfully out. I'll make a decision. Am I going to buy more shares or what? But for those that have been holding for a long time, I just want to congratulate you for not being emotional about this stock and just saying, hey, I'm going to hang in there. I believe in the company. I believe in what they're doing. All right? So I'll see you after the bell. I'll do another video later on this evening, and I'll see you then.